Hello beautiful people, hello beautiful darlings. Welcome to my channel. My name is Baba Lizzie Bay. I am a book reader, a book reviewer, a South African book reader, book reviewer, book lover, and today I am reviewing The Push by Ashley Audrain. This was my book club read, and unfortunately my book club members and I couldn't meet. There was so much happening on that day, so we decided to postpone our review to our next one. So we are currently reading Sihle Bolani's book, We Are All We Need. I think that's the title. We haven't actually started, but that's what we are going to read soon. Today I bought the books. Hopefully they'll come by next week, and then we'll start reading. Then we are meeting in October and we'll be reviewing this one and Sihle Bolani's book. So Sihle is a South African author. She's talking about her experience in the corporate world of South Africa. I haven't read the book and I read the reviews. Some people like it, some people don't. Some people feel that her experience is still, she still had to experience more to write that sort of book, and others feel that is a good book to read, especially when you're in the corporate field in South Africa. So we'll see how the book turns out for us. But yeah, back to The Push. I read this book for a month and a half, and by the time we were supposed to read, I didn't finish this book. Actually, I was like 70% to finish the book, and I hadn't finished it. I don't know what I would have said to my book club members who for some reason never finish a book. It's rare to find all of us finish a book, you know. But anyways, we are learning, we are getting into the reading space, and one day we will be able to finish all these books. But yeah, it's a beautiful journey. Reading is beautiful. Reading is opening yourself into another world, and so The Push is another world that we entered into. So this is like a generational curse type of book, if I may put it that way. We are following this character. This character is Blythe. Blythe has a mother who didn't have a connection with her. The mother who was what's her name again? I forgot her mother's name. But the mother didn't like Blythe. The mother didn't want to have Blythe. But the father was adamant that, let's have this child, raise this child, and, hopefully when you get this child, you'll fall in love with the child. But that didn't happen for her. The mother wasn't there emotionally for her. The mother never loved her, plainly as that. She never loved her. She wanted to be a different mother to her child, and so she had a daughter who, I don't know why I'm forgetting names now. So Blythe didn't want to be like her mother, Cecilia, that's the name. She didn't want to be like her mother when she had kids, and when she had Violet, she really wanted to be the best mother, but she got a baby who didn't allow for her to be that best mother. Violet was just, she was just Cecilia's duplicate. So she and her grandmother had like similar personalities, so to say. Violet didn't like her mother. Violet didn't like Blythe, and she wasn't shy to express that, and Violet became this cold person, this uninviting person, especially to her mom, and she did a lot of bad things. Violet is that child you don't want to have. She'll make your life miserable. you can't sit and just breathe when she's in the house, because you are thinking, what is she thinking? What is she going to do? Like, she'll do horrible stuff, like she'll burn the house, for instance. That's how bad Violet is. And so Blythe was in, she was married to Fox. I blame Fox for some reason, because when, I hope I'm not revealing too much, but so Cecilia was married to Fox. They had a baby, Violet. And so when Cecilia was experiencing all these things with Violet, Fox ignored them, and he brushed off everything that Cecilia was telling him, to a point where Fox hid something from Cecilia that Violet did. And I was like, this guy, he knew their child was a monster, but he didn't want to believe it, and maybe to accept that his child was a monster would then, I don't know, maybe he was scared this child would do things to him also. So we are taken back to this family with this generational thing that's happening in their lives. We have Ita, who is Blade's grandmother. Ita didn't want to have Cecilia, and so there was something going on here. Then this one had, Cecilia had Blythe. Cecilia also didn't like Blythe, and something also happened here which I won't reveal. Then Blythe had Violet, and something also happened between them. It's so hard to review this book without telling you what this book is about, but I hope you get the message, okay? So in the beginning, I didn't find joy reading this book, and I know a lot of people experience it. And one of my book club members was actually saying, I struggle getting into this book, and I don't think I'm going to finish it. And this one friend of mine who just started reading it said, I'm also struggling to get into this book. And that's what I also experienced when I started this book. It dragged for me, it dragged. But eventually I got to that point where I'm coming. Eventually it got to a point where, but it was far in the book. Like, it was really far in the book. I think when I realized what an evil child Violet was, that I got into the book, and that was far. So in the beginning, you really struggle to get into the book, but once you get to that point where you realize how evil this child is, then the book gets interesting. And I don't know how long other people would take to get into a book. Are they willing to go through? Are they willing to go through a book until this far to get to the gist of it? But I pushed. I wanted to finish the book. I wanted to know what this thing was about, because the author drags, and to other people it works, the suspense works, but to people who are not into reading that much, it might turn them off. Like my fellow book club member, who, I'm coming. I was disturbed, and I lost track of where I was with the review. But yeah, two types of people. One who would, just like me, begazelle and just, wait to get to that part where now you get what the story is about. And then there are those people who would easily get bored by this book. So yeah, I got worried for my book club members, especially those who I know just want things to be quick, get to the point. But this book didn't get to that point quickly. But overall, it wasn't a bad book. It was actually a nice book towards the end. I liked the suspense, but I also didn't like how long it took for us to get to that point. I like the characters. Um, Shame, but the men in this book, ooh, I don't know. But I also feel like Blythe was a better person. She was a better person. In these four women we are exposed to in this book, Blythe is better than her grandmother, her mother, and her daughter. And the ending also just frustrated me because I wanted to know more about what happened with, because now Blythe eventually broke up with Fox, and Fox had a relationship with someone else, and something happened towards the end where it's like they reveal this thing to you and they just drop you like that, and I'm just like, will there be a part 2, or is this the end? What's going to happen? So yeah, I would give it a 3.5 stars out of 5 because of that drag it had. But overall, it was a nice read. The characters were clear. We could understand who each character was and how they contributed to the story. I just didn't like what Fox did to Blythe, though. You know, like, chap, we break up and you knew about your daughter, but you still left me in the dark. I just didn't like that about that character. Fox was just, I don't know, he just, I don't know, just please tell me about this Fox character because I struggled with him. What else? Yeah, it was pretty much a nice book to read, but it's not a favorite read for me, and I understand that most people liked it. My friend who chose this for us actually loved it, and I can't wait to hear her review. So yeah, I think I will leave it here. I think I said what I wanted to say, and I hope it makes sense because today I had a lot of disturbances. But yeah, I will end my review here. The Push by Ashley Audrain. It is suspense. If you like that kind of read, maybe you will like it, but I wouldn't recommend it to everyone. If you're an avid reader, I would recommend it to you because, you know, I think maybe you can push yourself to get to that point just like me. But if you're not someone who is into reading that much, I don't think this book is for you. But overall, this is where I'm ending my video. I hope you like this. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you've read this book, tell me how your experience was with it. I would really like to know. Yeah, I will see you on my next video. Bye.